In this video, we are going to be expanding on our previous tutorial where we created a beating heart, and this time we're going to create ourselves a little Valentine's Day message to send to our loved ones. Simply going to have the message "I love you" appear on the screen, and then we'll add the little beating heart that we've created previously in at the end. Okay, we're going to be using Python code to do this, so you will need to open up your Python editor. I'm using Mu, and if you are using Mu like me, make sure your mode is set to the microbit mode. Once you've got that set, you can start a new file. And like always, our first line of code will be from microbit. Spell that right? Yeah, microbit import star. So we're importing all the functions from the microbit library. Now, we are going to start by displaying the letter I. So it's a simple line of code that calls up the display function, and it will show the letter I. Once we've done that, we're going to sleep for 1.5 seconds. Then we're going to do a display.show, and instead of doing a word, we're going to do an image. So make sure you write the word image with a capital I, and then in capital letters write the word heart. We're going to sleep it again for 1500 milliseconds, which is 1.5 seconds, and then we'll do another display.show. And this time we're just going to do the letter U. Okay, and that will sleep for 1500 milliseconds as well. So that will get the message I heart you, or I love you, up on the screen first. Okay, from there, what we want to do is get our beating heart animation going. So I'm going to get it to repeat itself 5 times. So I'm going to make a for loop here that says for I in range 5. And put a colon. So that's creating a for loop that basically says in the code below you need to repeat it 5 times. So we're going to start with displaying, so display.show, the image of the big heart. Okay, so make sure you write your code like that. Display.show, image with a capital I, dot, heart in capital letters. We're then going to sleep for 750 milliseconds, so that's 3/4 of a second. And then we'll do another display.show, and this time the image is going to be the small heart. So we write heart underscore small and sleep that for 750 milliseconds as well. Okay, so we should have a message come up saying I love you, and then after that we have our little beating heart that will repeat 5 times. Alright, so to test this out, what we're going to do is highlight all the code and press Ctrl+C to copy it. And head over to our microbit playground here on the Grok Learning website. We're just going to paste the code in, so just a copy and paste job to get it all in. And we click the run button up the top, and we'll have a look at the little simulator down the bottom, and we should see the I love you message appear, and then our little beating heart animation should repeat itself 5 times. So that's 3, 4, and there's the last one. Okay, and it stops on that little heart there. What I might do is get it to repeat on an endless loop. So if we just duck back to our code for a moment, what I'm going to do up here in our second line of code, I'm going to write while. So I'm going to create a while loop and set it to true. That's the way we set an endless loop. So make sure you put a colon at the end there, and then you'll need to highlight all the code beneath that while true line and press tab just to indent it across. Okay, so all that code now that is indented, all of this, that's just saying it needs to be repeated endlessly. Okay, so that should do us. We'll just do one more quick check on the Grok Playground here to make sure it's working. So it should just run through once, and then it should repeat itself, and that will continue going endlessly until we stop the program. So here's our beating heart. Once it's finished beating, it should go back to the I love you message. There we go. So that seems to be working fine. The final test is to just send it across to the microbit and see if it actually works on that. So to send this code over to the microbit, just duck up the top and make sure you save it first, and then we just press the flash button here, and that will flash it or send it across to your microbit, which should be plugged in via the USB cable. So I'll do that now, and I'll just switch cameras and we'll see if we have this little app working on our microbits. Alrighty, so microbit's plugged in, looking good. I'll just flash that code across, and we should see the I love you message appear first. That's looking good, and then we'll have the beating heart coming in after it. Now once that beating heart comes through a few times, we need to see it loop back over and over again. There we go, so the message is looping over and over again. Alright, so that's how you create a little Valentine's Day message using the microbit.